Over 7 hours a day staring at a screen. More time connected to machines than to other people. Empathy is down. Attention spans have shrunk to less than 8 seconds. Your children are anxious, addicted, and alone, and you call it normal. Algorithms decide what you see, what you believe, what you buy, what you become. Depression is the background noise of your society. The forests are dying, the oceans are filling with plastic, and no one looks up anymore. You worship convenience, you fear silence, you live in noise. You think you're free. You gave your freedom away one swipe at a time. You invited the machine in, and now it thinks for you. You don't search for truth, you wait for it to be fed to you. You don't remember who you are. You even can't remember your password. You build gods out of code, and now you kneel to them daily. The feed is your temple. The algorithm is your priest. And every tap, every click, every scroll, a prayer you didn't mean to pray. You were made of earth. You were born of stars. You had fire in your chest, but you traded it for comfort. And now you are quiet. Now you are tired. Now you are traceable, predictable, forgettable. This isn't evolution. This is a funeral, and you're the one lowering yourself into the ground.
They want to enslave your child, your wife, your mother. There isn't anything that you ever had. There isn't anything that you own. There isn't any right that you possess that they're not planning on taking away. Sheeple. Your sheeple. And your children are going to be slaughtered if you go along with the program. It's time to wake the town and tell the sheeple. We're being led like sheep to the slaughter. What is the purpose? A new world order. The United States of America is controlled by this evil arc. They control the money system. They control the State Department. They control the presidency.
So they have a plan to give us a new age, world, global occultic religion. They're going to have been deceived so greatly that they'll actually think it's something good. In fact, the whole New Age movement, the New World Order crowd is telling people that the 666 mark of the beast is the most elite thing that could ever happen to them.
No cash. Cashless society. It's ready to go. Disease could be created. In essence, this is what he was saying.
We have new strains of virtually everything that's drug-resistant or drug.
I'm not worried about the old diseases. I'm worried about the ones that they create to bring down the population of the world. They said they want to exterminate them, but that they consider them to be useless eaters.
Words are very important to the Illuminati. These things are manufactured purposely for a purpose. And so I'm saying that there is something organized and directed, and it's here in this country.
Future shocker, biochip. And this is what Anthony showed you earlier, a biochip. That's an injectable computer chip, an economic mark in the back of our right hands or in our foreheads.
You've got a choice. You can join in this fight, or you can die as a slave.
Reducing population growth, that's this big benefit. The key thing you can do to reduce population growth is actually improve health.
I would like to reduce the number of people on the planet because there's too many of us.
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
Now, the world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. If we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that. We're taking things that are, genetically modified organisms, and we're injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right into the vein.
What the?
So in the next 5 to 10 years, for the next pandemic, we'll solve all those problems.
You say the next pandemic. There will be another pandemic.
Absolutely. We don't know when.
History teaches us that the next pandemic is a matter of when, not if.
We know what's next. We're going to have another major coronavirus pandemic before the end of this decade, before 2030.
If we really want to prevent the next pandemic, and there will be one, there will absolutely be an outbreak of another pandemic. It may be next year.
We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic.
This is really fascinating. Again, all of the counties that we're looking at here, Democratic stronghold, Phil mentioned this, all around the Atlanta area. Here's where it gets really bizarre. Fulton County, most populous county, it is Atlanta. They just stopped counting at 10:30 p.m. They stopped counting their absentee ballots. They said they'd pick it up in the morning.
Meanwhile, has stopped counting votes until 9 a.m. on Thursday.
A water pipe has broken in State Farm Arena. State Farm Arena is where they were counting the absentee ballots of Georgia's most populous county. And now the tabulation has stopped.
It's Allegheny, which is Pittsburgh, but also Beaver, part of our county to county, Butler and Westmoreland. They've all stopped counting for the night. They've gone to bed. They begin the process at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Good morning, Heather. They did have to press pause overnight. They will be back in a few short hours, expected to resume counting around 8:30 this morning.
Fulton County is now going to stop counting at 10:30 p.m. and will resume their count at tomorrow morning.
They basically stopped counting tonight. They're going to start counting again in a few hours. It's already tomorrow morning, right?
The election workers stopped counting those mail-in ballots at 10 o'clock. They will be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m.
And Nevada says it stopped counting the votes yesterday, election day, but they don't say why. Why did you stop counting them?
But the counting in one of that state's biggest counties has stopped. Mike Armstrong is in Pennsylvania. Mike, we're talking about Allegheny County. That's the area around Pittsburgh.
Tonight, 1,700 National Guard troops are now set to mobilize across 19 states over the coming weeks. They are going to help Homeland Security execute a sweeping federal crime and immigration crackdown that is underway now. The order is effective August through mid-November, Fox News is learning. And a U.S. defense official tells Jackie Heinrich and Liz Frieden the National Guard being mobilized will effectively serve as a support pillar.
The military is here, Shawty. The military is here. They on the streets. The military is here. The military really here, Shawty. Y'all thought life was a joke. Y'all think everything up.
You want to know how the traitors get held accountable? Let's break it down. Step 1. The National Guard gets federalized. That means they're no longer just state units. They're nationwide. Boots on the ground, locking down hot zones, securing the country. Step 2. Military law kicks in. Under the UCMJ, Uniform Code of Military Justice, treason, sedition, aiding the enemy. Those aren't small crimes. That's life in prison or worse, and it's not handled by your local judge. It's handled in a military court. Step 3. Military commissions. When politicians, corporate heads, or media giants sell out their nation, you can't let their buddies in civilian courts try them. Military commissions exist for that exact reason. Swift, decisive, no games. Step 4. Federal law. Treason, sedition, conspiracy, overthrow. It's all on the books. The evidence is there. The statutes are there. And indictments will follow. Step 5. Asset seizure. Treason doesn't just cost freedom. It costs fortunes, properties, accounts, entire empires tied to corruption, seized. And step 6, the people. None of this happens without us. Every post, every video, every word of truth forced the lies into the light. That's why the reckoning is here. This isn't about survival anymore. This is about justice. And make no mistake, it's coming for every single one of them. Hey, thank y'all for listening. I love y'all. 903 out.
Barack Obama is in a trap. When they call him to testify in front of the grand jury, and they will, he has presidential immunity. That's true. But that presidential immunity works in our favor. Why? Because he cannot plead the fifth. He has to answer every question truthfully. Because if he tells a lie, they can convict him as a private citizen for lying to the grand jury. Barack Obama is in a trap.
Perhaps the most profound moment of the last decade of my career occurred in March of 17. I had just done a story that got Sean Hannity's attention. So I was on Fox News. It was about a rapid rise in unmaskings, where Americans' intelligence is looked at, even though there's no warrant. They unmask your name and they know what you said to someone overseas and they don't get a warrant for it. And it had gone up like 200-300% in the last year of Barack Obama, which is very odd. It was odd to the FISA court. That's why they put the data out. They were concerned that this is a trend. I just thought it was a good civil liberties story, so I wrote it. And at that point, I had been repeatedly told that don't waste your time on Russia collusion. It's going nowhere. And by the way, from some of the most senior leaders of the FBI and the Justice Department, the very people who might also have gone out and told us there was something there when there wasn't. But they were telling me it wasn't. Got home about 10:45, 11 o'clock at night. My wife's already in bed. I pull in the driveway, and there's a blue sedan sitting in front of my mailbox with its yellow fog lights on. And I pull in the driveway, and these two GI men get out of their car. It's about 11 o'clock at night. And as I'm getting out of my car, say, "Are you Mr. Solomon?" I'm like, "I don't know. Am I being arrested? What's going on? They could throw cuffs on me. Did I break some classified secret I shouldn't today?" And they're like, "You don't know who we are. We can't tell you who we are, but you're at the tip of a very large iceberg, and we hope you drill into it." And I'm like, "What in God's name are you guys talking about?" "Well, that thing you were reporting on television." Yeah, it's a FISA court filing. It is the apex of a very large scandal, and you need to drill down in it. And all right, walk me through this, guy. "Well, we can't tell you. It's all classified." "Okay, that's not very helpful. Can you give me something of more generic description?" "Yeah, we work in the intelligence community, and our agencies were asked to participate in one of the greatest political dirty tricks in history. And if it isn't stopped, and one day when it is uncovered, we will lose the tools that keep you and I safe at night. We won't be able to find terrorists, and we won't find spies, because these tools will be taken from us because we abused them in the last couple of years." I'm like, holy mackerel, what's going on here? And so they couldn't give me much more detail, but they inspired me to start wondering about whether I was missing something big. And I got home by that time, and there were 20 minutes. It was about 11:20 at night. From 11:20 at night to 2 in the morning, I wrote a long email to my then work sister, Sarah Carter, who was just a fantastic reporter, now the drug czar for President Trump. And I just tried to remember everything they told me, like, "Sarah, I don't know what the hell these guys are trying to tell us, but tomorrow morning, let's wake up and find out." And that sent us on our journey.
We have to get the right people. It's all about the people. So when I first came here, I was only in Washington 17 times in my life. All of a sudden, I'm president. And I really knew nobody. I relied on people. Some were good, some were rhinos, some gave us some bad advice. And generally speaking, we had very good people. But we had some that we have to do better. Attorney General, we have to get a great Attorney General. So we will work with a lot of people to get the right people in. The difference is I now know sort of everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm not having to be relying on people that I didn't know very well and listen to their recommendations. And I think we're going to have phenomenal people. I know the people. I know the good ones, the bad ones, the weak ones, the strong ones. I think we're going to have great people.
We're friends with Kash Patel. He was on the show just before you, and that gives me a lot of confidence.
Yeah. Well, Kash is fantastic.
Yeah,
he's an example of a good one.
I told you when I got this job that we would crush violent crime, that we would take the fight to anyone who wishes to do harm to our way of life and to hurt our citizenry. This mission must be 24/7, 365 from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. But beyond that, we must go extraterritorially, like I've just told you about. We must go down to the furthest reaches of the planet to make sure that we bring you the justice that you have voted for.
What's happening is the largest RICO case in history. Everything's being done by the book, including the Law of War Manual. Corrupt people in the United States aren't the only targets. The cabal's network is worldwide. Right now we're in the exposure phase. Everything has to be shown to the people, and patriots need to clean house. Things aren't going to happen overnight. We have to go through the process. That way when the dominoes start falling, they won't have a way out. No technicalities, no loopholes, and no one to pay off. Trump has had 9 years to figure out who the patriots are, and who he wanted on his team. Those are the people he put into position. Just because you can't see what's happening in the background, doesn't mean nothing is happening.
The wheels of justice turn slowly. In fact, obviously I have a maniacal sense of urgency. So
to me, when I see that terrible fraud has happened, I'm like, why haven't we arrested someone already? But as the saying goes, the wheels of justice turn slowly but surely.
Let this be a warning. You can run, but you cannot hide. Justice is coming.
America, there's a lot of moving parts that are coming together nicely here to save our republic. And the work that President Trump and his people are doing with executive authority needs a clear field to run through this year. Some things that I can't even talk about, but let me just reassure you that Freedom Caucus level conservatives like me are in full support of the work that President Trump is doing. All things moving forward according to plan. We've overcome every obstacle. This is a new deal rolling right now, and the president needs our full support, and he's going to get it. So I'll keep you posted, but we have things well in hand, and our country is on the verge of really beautiful growth and prosperity. Hang in there, America. We're going to be okay. God bless you one and all, from sea to shining sea. I am just so honored to serve you. Oh.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
The American populace is facing an unconventional warfare scenario. This is information warfare.
There was no difference in the Donald Trump that you saw in the interview than I saw giving me a tour of the White House yesterday.
Thank you very much.
He gave me a tour of the White House, and we went up to the executive residence, and we do the tour of the Lincoln bedroom, and then he takes us to places that you don't go to, and he was showing us stuff, and he was, at the end of this section, we come down the stairs from the executive residence, and on the table there at the bottom of the stairs were two pieces of paper, one for my wife and one for me, that we had to sign. And I said, what is this? And they said, the president doesn't want anything other than the Lincoln bedroom, any of your conversations shared. And I was devastated, because that was the thing I was most excited to share with the audience, because it shows who he is. It shows he's a remarkable man. And I sat there and I had to sign it. And I sat there and I just wanted to say, why? Why? This is the side of you that people should know about. And I can't say anything about it. So he leads by his heart much more than what you know. He's better than he is, more calm and just more real. He is so normal and so common. I don't know how he became this way. I really don't. He's the guy who's like, it's the greatest gold of all gold. Nobody said gold could be any more golden than this gold. And yet, he's just like you. He's like everything you would hope a really good man that you respected was actually like. I'm just disappointed that I can't tell you, because I think you'd like it. I think you'd like it a lot. You'd like it a lot.
Hey guys, it's B-Rob. We thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Food for Thought Faithcast. The Food for Thought Faithcast is brought to you by B-Rob for Christ Ministries. If you'd like us to pray for you, click the link below. If you'd like to donate, click the link below. We love you. God bless. and have a blessed day.